Hey guys, and welcome back to the final regular season games of the season in Freddie Lawson road to the NFL. Still in college, still at Florida State, in our second year now. And well, what a mixed match year it's been. You know, finally getting one jet touch pass played, struggling to actually make yards on them here. We've got 1 yard left. We ran a jet touch pass, getting the 9 yards. That's pretty big. Something Lawson hasn't done at all this season, getting huge plays on it. Oh, he's broken one tackle, goes for the hurdle and flies over 2 men, getting the first for Florida State. 11 yards in 2 plays. Better than his normal record at the moment. Lawson pulled. He gets brought back in now in the red zone. Not an opportunity he's regularly been seen getting. He flies in, gets the ball in between 2 men. Luke Cromanoke, brilliant ball, receives, and it's a Lawson touchdown. Oh, he's backfiring, and it's lovely to see. Toppled his tally for touchdowns last season, toppled his tally for receptions and receiving yards already, and we've got 2 games left on the season. What more can he do? Brilliant ball over the top by Luke Cromanoke. Thought he was throwing to Lawson there, just over his head to Lee. They were going to send Lawson long there, but that's the end of the first quarter. Seen a lot of success, and that's 1 touchdown in the red zone. I don't think we've ever seen Lawson actually find a way to convert in the red zone. More just call for it and let the quarterback throw interceptions on those. But that is huge. Huge after a tough season. They're 5-5 now. If they can end on some form of winning record, it's been massive for them, and I doubt there are going to be any complaints, especially after what their 2025 season was in real life. Brilliant block thrown by Lawson, just finding the yards. Is the running back, getting him downfield, getting 8 yards on the play. Huge. Going to go for another jet touch pass here. They've seen the last couple work pretty well, getting them 2 yards on the last jet touch pass. And they can't find it here. Lawson goes all the way around the outside. Brilliant pickup from Lawson. 54 yards on the day. 1 touchdown. I believe that's his 4th reception of the game. It may well be his... No, it is his 4th. As the touchdown reception and the 2 jet touch passes before. Only finding 2 yards as the running back there. He's not struggled this season, which is something that we haven't seen from a running back. We saw at Iowa, they just struggled so much to stay consistent with their running back. He cuts inside, takes the easy first yard, realising it's early on in this second quarter and they're going to have to drain this clock at some point. Coming up against a strong ranked side, another first from Lawson. Brilliant throw from Cromanoke under a lot of pressure. Getting pulled after getting his team to the red zone, but Lawson can't complain with the receptions and the yards he's got. 6 receptions for 46 yards, I believe it is. Set on a pretty nice route here. However, it does look like he'll have 3 men on him. Motioned inside by the quarterback. He throws the route, perfectly placed by Cromanoke, and it's more yards for Lawson. 103 on the day for Cromanoke. 1 passing touchdown. Lawson C1 for 7 receptions on the day. Obviously, them 3 jet touch passes that didn't work out perfect. Lawson set on one of his favoured routes and it's accepted. 14-0. Lawson falls to the ground, playing a perfect game so far, and then allowing himself to be caught out by a brilliant lurked move from the DB. And it's not one he wants to see again. Let's say that, especially not for Cromanoke's sake. However, going back to the jet touch pass here, could we see something good here? He's cut around the outside by Lawson. He keeps going. He finds 8 yards. And that's an impressive run from Lawson. Needing 2 yards now. They're going to look to go to the passing game. Thought he might have allowed his running back. Oh, but he's free in the middle. He's so free. What a pickup from Lawson. Thought he might have had the ball batted away by that line. Well, by the blocker there. But no, it wasn't. 9 catches, 91 yards. It's nice to see some positive plays from Freddie Lawson. It's taken him to almost the end of this season at Florida State, but he's getting them yards, he's finding a way, and he's making it work for himself. Cromanoke Looking for a passing play here. Lawson spotted plenty of room. He receives the ball. Oh, it's dropped. It's the first drop of the day for Lawson, so they can't complain too much. What a game Florida State are having here. Shutting out a ranked side so far. I mean, you can't really complain, especially not being in their shoes. And it's thrown deep. Can Lawson rise up to get it? Oh! Fingertips on the ball there, but not hauled in, not brought down. Very close to being a really, really positive play for them there. And going back to the jet touch pass, they got 14-0 on the scoreboard. Probably looking to drain the clock a bit in this third quarter here, but Lawson spotted a lot of room. He gets caught in the end, still needing to work on that speed, getting it that final bit more to get maximum speed out of that potential of his. I mean, if there's one thing, if he does end up leaving Florida State that he's going to miss, it's got to be them helmets. Beautiful arrow on the side of the helmet. It's a beautiful gold colour. I mean, you can't complain looking at them. You can't complain looking at the jerseys either. Beautiful colour scheme. As he cuts around the outside, he finds a bit of room, not being able to make up too many yards there. They are still in firing range. They're going to go back for the same play. Can Lawson make it a first? It's 24-0 now. Just to point out there, as he does make it a first. Brilliant play, saw some room that he hadn't seen the rest of the season, decided not to juke, just hitting that gap, making sure he gets through. That's brilliant. 20 seconds left of the half. Jet touch pass is the move they're going for. Are they looking to drain the clock out now? Can they make it a shutout? And Lawson's in again! It's worked finally, a jet touch pass. It might have been 2 or 3 yards, but it's finally led to a touchdown this season. He's increasing them yards, increasing them receptions, increasing the touchdowns most importantly, putting himself in the books for big, big teams here. And that must be, a player of the game for Lawson. That is huge. As we come to the end of that game, I mean, leave a like and subscribe just for the top performance Lawson's put on there. Wow. You don't expect a lot better out of a second-year wide receiver than that. That one drop pass not being the be-all or end-all, still picking up the crucial yards as we head into an even bigger game against another ranked side here. We've got the Florida Gators. Florida State here. This big rivalry game. They're starting with a jet touch pass again. Cutting up the inside. Lawson just bouncing off his own man. Finding that first down, that is huge. The jet touch pass finally working for them, but it is still a bit of just using and abusing the same tactic over and over again, which you've seen a lot from Lawson. He's going to get no yards. He's going to lose a yard on that play, really, but still, it would have been an even bigger loss if he'd have just let that lineman get to him, which he didn't, using his speed, using his reflexes to get around him, get to the touchline, only losing 1 yard, it's okay, but he's finding a huge gap here. Oh, if the blocker could have just held him in that block for a little bit longer, Lawson was away, and that was touchdown bound for the young man. No points on the board from Florida. That is huge. Can Florida State come up with a reply? Back to the jet touch pass. I think that's the 4th time it's been used already this game. Pretty mental. As Freddie Lawson, he looks to find a gap. He thought he did. Blocker just releases his man completely. Gets out. Gets to Lawson. And it's only 2 yards on the play. But 2 positive yards, which is most important. Lawson coming back into play here. I mean, the 6th time they've used jet touch pass. If Florida Gators haven't caught on yet, they really need to get some work in. And it's huge. It's a huge gain. It's a touchdown, Lawson again. Oh my God, these last 2 games he's really showing. Putting himself in that top of the shop window. Right in the space that every team's going to be looking at now. Florida Gators come with their own little package deal and put 7 on the board. 7-7. Lawson cutting outside and just should have been an easy interception for the DB, but dropped. They're going to try and send Lawson deep here if they can get it off. Huge drive from the fans here, trying to will the Florida Gators on to stop them. And it should have been an easy stop. He's going there. He almost finds his way to the 50. Luke Cromanoke spotting his man, finding him easily. Oh my God, Florida State are playing out of their skin in these last two games. 14-7, 14-10. They found a lead. They found possession in this third quarter early on. Can they capitalise on the mistakes that Florida Gators made, taking that 3 rather than the touchdown? As he cuts across Lawson, he finds the first. He breaks a couple tackles, making the yards. Brilliant work. Another pass in play. They've realised that the Florida Gators might have caught on to the jet touch pass as Lawson looks deep. Cromanoke looks deep. Can he haul it in? No. Brilliant. Batted down from the DB. 2nd and 10 as Lawson gets pulled. But wow, what a game so far. What a 2 games in this episode. They're putting themselves right there for the taking, trying to get that bowl game. They know they're not going to be ranked by the end of the season, but at least they can put up a fight as they go back to the jet touch pass. They make some yards on it, at least. 2 yards is all, but they're making some. Freddie Lawson has been crucial for Florida State. Whether it was the struggles of Florida State this season or the insane ending, the storyline ending really, as Lawson looks to go up again. His DB has had his number for a lot of this game so far. He couldn't stop him on that jet touch pass for the touchdown, but he can stop him when he's looking in the air. Going for a wide receiver screen here. Quarterback wants to switch it up. He sees Lawson looking like he's going to burn his man, but he gets the wrong side, cuts back inside, going here, there and everywhere, Lawson. But he doesn't receive the ball. Cromanoke tries to take off himself. Holding on the offense. It's not what you need. Not at this time in the game, but it's 21-10. It's at least a 2-possession game right now. Early in the fourth quarter, they got 20 yards to make up. They saw what Lawson did earlier. Can he get another 20 yards? On the jet touch pass, he tries to take it around his man. Almost getting there. Getting 7 yards on the play though. You know, pretty huge. Ideal for Florida State. Can they hold on to this ball? It's 16-0. At least that's what the Gators would have hoped. It's 16-21 to Florida State here. As they go for the jet touch pass again, I can't tell if they're trying to burn clock or get more points on the board against their rivals. But whatever they're doing, it's working a treat. 1 minute 50 left on the clock. We've hit the 2-minute warning. What can Florida State muster up? Find a way past the Gators late on, who only need 6 points. They get a first down. Brilliant work. Another reception on the day. Another first down for Lawson. His conversion rates recently have just been not a first down. 3rd and inches, almost getting there. Ever so close. Oh, but they caught him out. Finally, the Gators have caught on to the jet touch pass that was just being used and abused this whole game. But wow, so close for Lawson. Into the next play now. The Gators have put up 22. It's become a tough game. Lawson dropping the ball, making it 2nd and 10. Obviously, not the most ideal situation. He goes deep again and it's batted down again. It's 3rd and 10. They're just throwing long shot after long shot down for Freddie Lawson here, and he cannot capitalise on them. But can he capitalise on this? He goes up and it's intercepted. How? After putting on a brilliant display in the last game and a brilliant display early on against the Gators here, they could end their season 6-6. They don't get the ball back and the Gators win 22-21. A lot to look positively on though for Freddie Lawson. His highest receiving touchdown season brilliant opportunities in the playbook, putting himself in them shop windows for all of the big teams, all of the big colleges to come after him next year. The teams he wants to be at, the teams competing, the teams that have consistently competed, the Clemsons, the LSUs, the Oregons, the Ohio States, the teams that he desires, the teams that he needs to be at for at least a year or two to capitalise on this extremely influential college career. And we find out now if the struggling Florida side, who haven't really been able to put a win together consistently, one after the other, to save their lives, can really find some hope. And we come near the end of the season. What are we going to see here? As we advance through, we're going to see the Heisman. We're going to see if we've got a bowl game or if we're just going to be simulating through. Lawson getting his energy, that's nice. We'll use that to obviously increase the training. Academic advisors back yapping, not interested in what she has to say. The bowl game is all we're interested in right now. We'll deal with the weekly agenda. As you can see in the top right, Lawson is up to an 85. We have to get the wear and tear to a reasonable degree, otherwise it just won't let it train, which is fair enough. The week we find out the huge picks. Please remember, if you did enjoy, leave a like and subscribe as we deal with the final weekly agenda here. Just building so much tension up to this point. And now we find out. Heisman flashes up. We're going to skip past that. Have we done it? Bowl game, baby. See you next episode.